Process engineers know that staying ahead of potential regulatory changes isn't just smart, it's essential. The wastewater team in this example need to evaluate the impact of a future change that could impose a total nitrogen limit. With so many variables to consider, from sludge retention time to tank configurations on the site, manually modeling every option can be time-consuming and expensive. With the Transcend Design Generator, the team can evaluate the existing plant and quickly explore a range of options to meet different TN limits. The team doesn't know what the new total nitrogen limit will be yet, but only the TN limit is being changed with each design, so the process is very quick. Once the initial design has been run in TDG, engineers can then clone that original design, update the name of the design to reflect what is being changed, edit the TN limit, and then run the design with those new parameters. And yes, if you'd like to evaluate changes in other variables like sludge retention time, you can do that as well. This process ensures that all other values stay the same and that TDG is the single source of truth for the input data associated with these design options and the output documents for each design. The engineers first look at how the plant layout and assets would change. The biggest impact will be to the reactor chain and secondary clarifier. When the TN limit is 20, we see comparatively smaller reactors and a smaller secondary clarifier on the site. As the TN limit gets lower, reactor volume must increase and the size of the secondary clarifier increases as well. This will clearly impact the amount of space on the site, but it will also be reflected in the bill of quantities that TDG creates for each design. The team also looks at the rest of the design data TDG generates and notices that there is an increase in power consumption to reduce the TN limit as well. So what has the team learned overall? They now know that if they are forced to lower the TN limit of their site, it will likely have upfront cost to expand the reactor volume and may even cause space constraints to occur. They also know that operational costs are likely to increase as power consumption goes up to operate those larger assets. This is crucial data that engineers often don't get until much later in the process, so being able to plan ahead for this type of project is a big win for the team. And that's how to utilize TDG to lower risks when planning for potential permit changes. This time it was total nitrogen. Next time, it might be something else. Regulations and requirements will always change, but with TDG, your team will be able to evaluate more options, get better data, and make the best decision for your site.